big mistake of beating up 1-5-1. And this gives Lion a huge advantage. Just completely almost wipe out this team.
I'm almost certain that it was on purpose by TG. Took a gamble and lost it. But I believe TAG also doing the same, dropping onto Aurora. The South Asian teams emboldened by the performances in the previous round, now converting it more. TG though, because of their earlier expedition, with the first team to get wiped out.
Very unfortunate situation. Lion already is so good on fire. Gonna have to take up their next matchup here. Team Secret managing to be able to just equalize here, bring that teammate into the game. Even PLS1 somehow getting one more member to the name. Lion, though, will be rallying back. Joker has been so good on these long-range fights. PLS1 forced to move away and straight into Joker's crosshair. And Joker not only getting a knock, but also another elimination point in the bag. And this is a great start for this team. Bit quiet early today, but this start should propel them in terms of momentum forward.
Incredible stuff so far. I mean, it started with them basically almost getting a full wipeout on TG, and they sort of converted it into a team that picked pieces. Aurora actually eliminated Della, so the backstab train continues. We say backstab train. The team tailing behind Aurora Gaming is actually TAG that ran into them early on. So it might just keep on paying forward right now.
Interestingly enough, this area is just so hot right now. It feels like everyone that just meets up with Lion is just falling like flies. Great shot onto Zeus as well, not aware where Joker has been holding on. And I have to say, this hold and positioning coming in from Lion allows them not only crossfires, but also be able to go for these trades in case need to be. But Jun is rallying back. He wants to start something here, wants to be able to flush away Joker from this corner. Forced to move away, takes a bit of damage, but also being able to bring Zeus back into the game, but pays for it with his life.
Yeah, Jun actually beat Joker in that. So a positive outcome. The chrono time turner slightly late. That's gonna potentially cost Azrael. Axel though trying to back up his teammate. Glads a shot. Always reliable as a pillar of Aurora Gaming. Now the rescue missions begins. He's Games King as tag given second in a row. The Axel going big right now. And Jun back into the equation. Aurora Gaming stand tall.
This is looking real good as well. Aurora finally being able to be a little bit methodical with how they play here. Nice crossfires, three-way hold. Almost like a pizza cutter shape if you think about it. Being able to just play off one another here. Now Lion just now was the team to start off hot. And now they are the ones trying to just run away for dear life. As for DRS now in trouble, the Bell and Dash used! And TEC being able to just really reap the benefits here. But they're not done. They know where Takuri and Pratik are. Force them away with the utility and those nades. But taking this very, very slow. 3 elims already in the bag. Also aware that Vitality also joining in the fight. Koja will be here first, stealing away some members of DRS somewhere through there, reaping the benefits and the hard work TEC. And Koja putting in the pressure. Rahat solo forward. His teammate not able to cross off another. Dix here with the ballad dash, breaking down all the walls and cleans up the rest of the team.
DRS out from the game as well. The double sniper setup from Team Vitality paying off. Completely uncontested in the situation. And it's also pretty unfortunate that TEC didn't have an answer to that. Della gets to a vending machine. The revive train will start. SAUL doing the same as well. They did run in the team secret. Bunny into GD, gets a trade. No confirmation there. At least not for SAUL. TEC removed.
A lot of stuff happening right now. Shiro also getting knocked. But for now, for the rest of these teams here, Aurora wanted to go in for this fight a bit more here. David on the outer side might be found out here by Zeus, but his team and him, nice tag team going on there as well. Coming in together as a unit, double swings, triple swings, throwing in those bodies, not allowing or giving any moment to chance. GD, one member left, walks straight into the crosshairs of Team Aurora there. So not able to survive or get away with it, even giving some extra points. The very least, Shiro is still alive. Just go for a reset, bring back the teammates into the game.
Did Lion might pay a second visit to Aurora as they did show up. Joker trying to run away. I believe he almost got ran down by both Jun and Suez in that vehicle. Kororo from far, that's off screen. So Tyrium actually went wide just a little bit. Joker out in the open, and Jun find a shot here. The rest of his teammates from the side of Lion, they don't really have the clearance of angles. As Axel pins down Della. Separation done. Flushed out into the open. Tagged again. They call for June to turn around. Games King gets knocked down.
Another just rush forward. Joker that somehow managed to cross over, but could be dangerous as Della here joins in on the fray. Aurora, 2 members going to be marking him for the cross through together. Too much damage, Della, even onto the other side. Joker not able to hold on.
Yeah, unfortunate for Joker. He got hit by the thrill of battle as well, I believe. A124 to disable whatever abilities that he has. Again, Lion, like you pointed out earlier on, they started off good with multiple eliminations, but ever since then, there's nothing but a whimper. And Aurora, they are rocking at 11. Their best round so far. I mean, yesterday they did set a record for the most eliminations and total points in a single game. So let's see if they get the second win. The stars align this game, we might see that record again. Vitality now firing on the Straw Hats.
Yeah, and aggressive as heck as well. The Straw Hats forced to move away into a tiny corner of that zone. But Vitality wants to go in for that chase. Koja always out there with the opening, and the Straw Hats were just not ready for them in that cross down. No reaction means space given to Vitality to be able to just rush forward here. Big stretches through Valor again. Perfectly done for a double. And the collapse is so good, and the Straw Hats possibly not anticipating how aggressively Team Vitality will be able to just overcome them.
And this was something that I believe Neptune and Lucifer discussed earlier on. The bond of Eclipse in the hands of Koja as they changed their playstyle from not having just double snipers, but having a very aggressive front. So the bond of Eclipse plus the Valiant Dash, you break down the glue walls, and you use the Ray ability on your enemies, it instantly erases them from the fight. And they are making really good on that. And I remember talking to Ma'ao, and Ma'ao said this is probably a Clash Squad exclusive, but Team Vitality are trying to bring that potential into Battle Royale. So far, the results have been positive.
Bit nervous with this rotation coming in from Team Vitality. It does cross by SAUL. Could potentially run into Team Secret and GD as well. So, all of them are on this one vehicle. I'm just worried it's gonna be not so great for them, but I don't think they're gonna be caught out quite yet. Regardless, as we go straight to the circle here, there's just so many teams there where Vitality is. And I think they're a bit aware that someone might be close by.
Just checking back on the radar, TAG making a very, very late rotation this time. Coming in from the south side. They've been doing this for the past few rounds, but this time the pace is slightly slower than what we're used to. Vitality against Secret. Another rematch now on the mountain, on the hill. Vitality opting to go for the low ground. And that means that Team Secret will get a bit of an advantage as the Blues come closest in again. But even for Team Secret, they don't really want to push the advantage. Relying on the UAV to scout out for intel, as both them and Vitality part ways in opposite directions.
One really wants to really commit on this fight. And TAG, this rotation is just looking really rough on them as well. You start to see SAUL putting in a bit more pressure as they try to rotate into the area. They do make it in there though, and this is where things get interesting because Noor currently doesn't really have the support from his teammates. Troll out there in the open, so they are in a position to trade off one another. And on top of that as well, you can see Vitality definitely hearing the sounds rotate over toward them as well.
Look at this split from TAG. They definitely know that there's a third team around. This throw was stolen away. KD got a bit of a boost, just enough to get into the safety of his teammates. The warm embrace of the glue wall. Riptide Rhythm out from Joel. It's gonna catch Tahyunjan on the cross. Another one out. Now TAG out in the open. The Chrono Dome keeps them alive and healthy. TAG forced to backtrack and retrace their step. The captain now down. Sibank gets the confirmation here. Tahyunjan found by Joel. Get a double snipers from angles that obscured TAG into the dens, to the hornet's nest. Things just get taken out. But can the star of TAG make a magic happen? Shoto down low, Koja full health, explosives in hand, up close raise, Joel again with the pickup. TAG out.
Yeah. And it's loud down there, especially since TAG has been an unstoppable force for the last few maps. And Vitality very happy with this outcome, really doubling down in this situation. But now they are in trouble. Don't have space in the zone and pressured by the Falcons as well. Who've definitely been waiting for the right timing to stop the rampage coming in from the Hornets.
Falcons have been quiet so far. Only 3 eliminations on the board, but change of playstyle, I think, after the past 2 rounds where the aggression ended up being detrimental to them. They are now trying to play for the late game. They're gonna run into Lion first. Not the first encounter, but Lion has bested them early on, I believe, on game 2. Pina, good angle. Limit wants to join him as well. Blue zone is gonna hurt both them and Lion, but Lion is looking to get into the circle as quick as possible.
Games King barely alive at the end of that, on fire, making sure to put in that pressure. Joker as well, taking a lot of damage.
Nice.
That's nice shot coming through here, knocking down one of the members from the Falcons. So the Falcons, not only did they try to pressure, but out of all of that, losing 2 members in that process. Being able to get into the zone is going to be painful, but they still shoot back here with one of the members of Lion dropping into their pockets. But Joker will pay for his life. Pina knocked down as well. Both teams are just hitting each other and paying the price.
Unfortunately, in this case, Limit left with on devices again. Limit, good on 1. He do it this time. Do it again on the biggest of stage. Recovery done by Lion. 2v1 situation. Limit doesn't really have much left in the bank as well. 8 glue walls, 10 med kits, but so much open area to cover.
Ooh.
So there's no chance there. Della finds the 11th point for the team.
We only started to see Falcons come online just a few moments ago, and as soon as they showed their hands, suddenly they're in trouble. And somehow through that, the Falcons were trying to shut down the Hornets, but it's the Hornets that still survived till the end. Regardless, times of taking shifts of the zone is coming. And Vitality really taking their time, knowing that Team Secret is close by. Lion somehow still surviving as well through that chaos. Still alive as a 2. There are so many times that Games King nearly getting knocked down, being able to stabilize.
Yeah, we talk about certain constants so far in the survival stage, and Vitality has been that constant. And running into Team Secret, this time into a firing range. Secret, more than prepared.
Right as we mentioned it, they knew the risk of crossing over. They didn't really have too much of a choice. It felt like a desperation play in terms of that rotation. A Team Secret very happy with this outcome. Gonna try to take this fight up against Gun Dynasty. Gonna be opening it up here with the utility, some chip damage to come through, but Gun Dynasty making sure to hunker down. But as fast as the glue walls were set up, it is broken with the Valiant dash forward, but will go down since Team Secret, ready to receive, rushes forward and crunches them 1 by 1. completely overwhelming the rest of Gun Dynasty.
Yep. Up against the Prodigy in the name of Tikwe as well. They did get rid of Hongam, but that's pretty much it. GD now stuck in a rock and a hard place. Intervention coming in. Aurora, they want to join the fight. A party's not a party without a Malaysian team. 12 eliminations on the board. Something that was highlighted early on. When they get the second win, they might be able to do it. Tikwe steps on the landmine. Nan goes down. Tikwe to follow. Aurora reaping the rewards and make it 16 and counting.
They're just so aggressive and great timing as well. Different aggression seen throughout the entire day. Lion surviving as a two just now, barely alive. Della will be the last one standing, knocked down.
They can do this. There's a very good chance.
Waiting in the corner.
I think Aurora has done it, right? The first booyah for Malaysia on the world stage. There it is, Aurora Gaming. 4 years in the making. And here we are, Aurora Gaming locks in first booyah in 4 years for Malaysia.
Incredibly tough, must be great seeing this from them. Definitely a team, I would say, that is the epitome of taking it step by step. A rough map one, it's okay, go again. And slowly throughout this day, they start to heat up, start to improve, and getting it finally in map 5.
And once more, the story of the survival stage up to the halfway point has been the proving grounds of the hopefuls. Aside from Vitality, every of the other favorites have been casted aside temporarily. We see India get 3 booyahs in a row, and then Malaysia adds themselves onto that name list. The only constant is still Vitality. But I think the bigger threat now are those who are hungry for that trophy, and we are seeing that on the main stage.
And you know what's crazy? We're only at the halfway mark of the day. There's still time for these teams to just really come together. We've seen so many last-minute aggression come online, last-minute changes that really changes the trajectory of this team. Aurora in this particular map really took it round by round, really take it fight by fight, and somehow being able to come up on top. Let's see what they have to say throughout that game.
Let's go!
Go maju. Next. Ayo. Mentality kita. Let's go, bro.
Take your time, wise words. One step at a time. You got 5 more rounds to go, Aurora. You can do it. There is hope. And I think, when we saw Aurora get off on a good foot this round, I did say, when the stars align, Aurora can do it. They've set the record yesterday. Why not today? It's not a record-breaking round, but it's certainly enough to put them back in the conversation to contend for the top 4. First and second, still hard to break through for now, but we have 5 more rounds to do that, right? Who's to say, but it's an incredibly advantageous boost.
Yeah, should be able to boost them forward just a little bit more forward. But Vitality and Team Apex Gaming is still going to be very, very hard to beat. The discrepancy of points between the second place and the third place is a lot after all. But once again, if you're able to go in huge in one of these maps, you are able to really play that catch up. And in Free Fire, anything is possible. There are games where you just go out a little bit too early, maybe 0 points, and next you're just suddenly getting over 30.
I just gotta say that match standings is the projected match standing.
Esports World Cup
For Malaysia, 4 years in the making. Now that is amazing, and that is exactly what EWC is all about. The surprises, the suspense. I am so happy for them, Yunsu.
Yes, totally happy for Aurora Gaming. Since this is the first booyah, finally we can see a comeback from Malaysia teams, and I am so happy for that. But I must talk about TAG. Souls or overall Indians teams, they are on fires today. We can all see that. And if I remember, maybe currently they're at the first ranking, right?
Yeah, this is the surge of India because this is the surprise that we needed when it comes to the survival stage. But let's go back to Aurora for a little bit, okay? That fight, that last circle was so amazing. I mean, going against a Lion and of course, going against the team that is more favorable is always a hard thing. But they had the high ground, the first booyah once again for Malaysia. The positioning and the way they're reading the game is just so top-notch this time.
Exactly, they move very stable. All of their gameplay, game skill, even the teamwork is very perfect during the game. And we can all see the effort that they all put out. And overall, of course, we have to say, Aurora Gaming, after 3 days, this is the third day, right?
Yeah.
They have been doing the best and finally they got something sweet for themselves.
Yeah, but we're talking about your team for a little, can we?
Sure.
What exactly is going on with Team Secret? Your team keeps clashing with mine, Fatality. I mean, yeah, we have been seeing Fatality consistently making it to at least top 5, but can you just please stop bumping into our team?
Hello. We only got 4 slots. And my team is suffering, trying to get that slot as well. But I do understand your frustration, of course, because we're all trying to getting a slot.
Yeah.
But at this moment, I still can see Team Secret is still playing their best, still very stable, not trying to mess everything up, especially Gui. As you guys can see, a very, very crazy kid.
Yeah,
Trying to have fun in this tournament, and of course, but at the end, overall, I still can see that them still having some errors, still having some issues, but I think after this game, they're still fine to top 4.
Yeah.
So overall, nothing happened. But why do we always meet Team Vitality and Team Secrets?
That
always
is-
meet in a circle.
That is my question too. But hey, you saw the map reveal. It's Nextera. Nextera is our next map, and I think this would be a great place for the Southeast Asian teams to once again show them what they're made of. Now, I think it's time for us to go back to the casters.
Yes, and let's go back to the caster.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is AJ. I'm the Mustachio down here with the one and only Lucifer. We're going to be bringing you guys through the final 5 games of the day. The next map's going to be Nextera. This is where your frontliners are going to shine. This is where those shotguns, those M590s, those Mag 7s are going to come alive, Lucifer.
Next it up, we saw Team Apex Gaming already get a booyah today. And now we're going back to it, the randomized map. And next it should be a place again, South Asian teams find their victory. Because on the other end, Southeast Asian teams are fighting amongst themselves, trying to take away the points. The South Asians are trying to rank.
Yeah, it is everyone for themselves at this point of time. Yes, we can rally together as a nation, but out there on the battlefield, I see you, I only see points. And you are absolutely right. Team Apex Gaming scoring a massive booyah, 34-pointer on Nextera. And after that game, they haven't really been looking like that major run just yet. Let's see if or not they can jump back to that. Solara wasn't too bad for them, but Burgundy really tested the squad. A early exit from the lobby, only picking up a total of 6 points. So if there's anywhere to recover, it is here for Team Apex Gaming, because it has been a fantastic start, but they cannot slow down just yet. They need to solidify their spot in the top 4.
You saw the favorites, and right now in the most eliminations, it's KD God at 221 being the agile and also doing the heavy lifting. And yes, they have to continue it, but for the time being, it's going to be at Intellect Center, a clash between 3 squads, Toll Gaming, Lion, as well as Vitality. And Vitality have been fighting that since game number 1.
Yeah, not looking good here, Diggs. One of the final players to actually land. Still got the mini Uzi in hand. Joker, on the other hand, depending on his stealth fights to quickly back away from the engagements. Koja finding a knock onto Della. And Shanky saying, nope, this is not for me. Although he does have a good gun in hand, they don't want to take those risks just yet. Looking to quickly reposition out there as Lion tries to overwhelm the rest of the players on the side of Vitality. Dix taken out of the equation already. Koja bleeding out, and Joel says, this battle is just not for me.
Lion, Games King, we spoke about it. He's picking up pace, gets the confirmation on the players fallen of Vitality. On the other end, SHUL bringing their very start. That's picks on Straw Hats. Now, Toll Gaming might be late, but they are there to strike. It's going to be Aztec on Games King. Puts him down. should be getting the confirmation very soon, and Joker has to tuck his tail and make a run, but he's moving in the same direction where they pushed their opponents earlier.
Absolutely solid play here from India once again. Total Gaming looking to take over the situation. Aztec go down on the ground. Nobody can save him just yet. Della comes in for the Punisher. Time Turner was pulled out, but it's the Indian squad that uses their Time Turner against them. Shanky popping in and out. Won't get the charge buster shut down. A double for him, but Water down on the ground. It is now up to Shanky to save the squad, but he gets taken down. It's Vitality coming back in here for some payback. And India looking to snatch away some solid points, instead get tagged up and now left with one final survivor.
Thankfully, the fight turned in the other direction. It became big against Lion. And therefore, Toll Gaming will have a breather, but they have to make a quick run. On the other end, even Team Apex Gaming had to get back their player. So a couple of revives very early in the game of next era, and that is bound to happen. A lot of eliminations going back and forth. And Lion now another trouble. That's going to be Team Secret. We already saw Conchita as well as Yunsul trying to look forward to steer their teams in the direction.
Yeah.
It's Team Secret who have now started it off.
This is the replay from early on as DRS bumped into Straw Hats. And unfortunately, X-Draw just did not manage to get away from that situation in time. The VSS in the hands of Alu more than enough to sort that situation out. Wolvin, though, caught in a tight little spot here. Shoto dropping by to see if he can help out his buddy. It is the wild, wild west out here. Wolvin getting his glue walls broken down. Suez wants those shots, but it's now a 2v1. Suez has to back away from this battle. Azriel looking for that flank. If he can find this position, he might just be able to punish the Indian squad.
Sahil Judd, he's on the back lines and Azriel has no idea about it. Finally had to put up a glue wall to stop that. And now Shoto, who was on the front line, will be shut down by Suez. Wolvin wants to still pick the axe up. It's not working out, and Suez is making mark on Team Apex Gaming, doing the damage. Sahil Judd is also called out. He'll be put down. And Aurora, who just got the booyah, are continuing their elimination spree.
But fantastic play from Sahil Chand. He already brought in those revives, so the squad will survive to fight a little bit more. Now it's all depending on where they find the drop on the way back in. Gun Dynasty, a team that has definitely been struggling from the start of the day, looking for a major recovery. Can they use this game to do exactly that? David taken down. Benet's out as well. It's all up to Benel, and the super savior of the squad does it again.
Always bailing the squad of Gun Dynasty, it's been Benil. Not just doing the eliminations, but also bringing them back into the game. That is a lot to ask from Benil. While he already gave us everything on day one, and that is the reason I feel like Gun Dynasty have not found their best yet. On the other end, DRS, they've always caused trouble for everybody in the lobby today, and now against Falcons. Pratik getting closer. Alu, can he put him down? Then it is going to be Pratik who puts and confirms him.
Yeah, beautiful advantage there for DRS, who have the numbers to take on the Falcon player. But now TEC with one wild player moving towards the vending machine, looking to see if or not he can help out the rest of his team members. The final player alive, Kutush. It's a triple revive. He sacrifices himself for that revive, but it was well worth it. Titans Esports will stay alive in the lobby because of him. We still have 12 squads in here. Nobody has been snuffed out just yet.
5 games are done. Now they know it's time to bring back those eliminations. And Toll Gaming, they're the ones in trouble. Team Apex Gaming, they were troubled by Aurora. And now even Aurora going against Toll Gaming, getting those eliminations quickly. Jun finds another, and that's going to be Aztec. And the last one going out, that is Toll Gaming out of the race. And the very first team here on Nextera.
Total Gaming just not seeing the brightest side of their performance at this point of time. But we still do have 4 more games for them to run through, and a comeback is definitely possible. We'll have to catch up with their performance later. For the time being, 11 more still struggling out there. And DRS finding themselves yet another player from the side of Falcons. Can they punish once more? Kororo too far, on fire. Unable to set up much defenses there. Those glue wall melters just melting down every single barricade it puts up. Venus too far, on fire, will have to take the fight. Time Turner pulled out. It's a 2v1. Takuri. The backstab just not enough. Finally, they catch up with him. Took long enough. And Falcons will lose yet another player.
AJ, the DRS are the troublemakers of the lobby. They're going to try and take these eliminations out. They're going to trouble them with points. And Pina once again, this time, shuts down Adu. But that's not the only one. Stroix was there. It was a bait and switch. He did not even get that point.
And this is what you need to see out of Nepal if they want to climb the leaderboard. It has been a rough day for DRS. The best game we've seen out of them so far was Solara with 14 points, but 14 points is just not enough to really make your way up towards the top. You're looking at the top 4 teams making the qualifier into the grand finals. Don't have many slots available. Team Apex Gaming, 5 eliminations in hand so far. Shoto on the way back. He can't get involved in this battle just yet. Wolvin will have to find a way to survive this, and the Indian squads, like you said, preying on each other once again as HUL up against Team Apex Gaming.
Tag and SHUL, it happened in the previous games as well, where SHUL ended up getting their booyah, but Wolvin now chasing Troll. Today it's not been Troll's complete day. We saw Bunny a lot more expressive. Wolvin on the other end, he has found eliminations for the team, and now running right to the race of Troll. He's only putting glue walls, but it's not going to work out. Tag is surrounding him, but Jag, he helps out somewhere, and Sahiljan gets taken down. Now Troll has an opportunity. Wolvin gets closer, and Wolvin trying to shut him down, and Troll will fall. But there was an exchange again. It is Jag. They are evening this balance. 1-for-1 elimination traded off.
Yeah, beautiful positioning by the tag players. Team Apex Gaming just showing exactly who the Apex Predator is. Just through positioning, Koja will find a wild one for himself, but unfortunately that's just a knock. They quickly recover and take him out of the equation. Vitality not in a spot to take the fight, but they'll try to force it because Dix just can't run away just yet. Joel with the cover from up top. But unintentionally, Leon has just locked away all of those shots with their positioning. And Vitality will be outnumbered here as they take the fight. Sibek has been spotted out from afar. He's got the Morse. He will be able to get away from the situation, but can he find a vending machine for the rest of his brothers? Because they are about to fall in the hands of the Lions.
Lion, 12 eliminations in total. Find another. That's Dix going out of the play. On the other end, we spot Sibek a little too far. Going in for revives, Joel. He's all about that roof position, but can he pick this player off? Can Lion take him out of the play, or is it going to be an opportunity? It seems like Vitality do find opportunities. We saw them earlier itself in early game. The fight with Lion, they brought it back. Vitality were able to even wound Toll Gaming in that mix.
Now spending some time outside the circle here, Lion. They need to start moving, but just a tad bit entertained by Vitality and Joel. He could not get the top spot there. Just try to play a little bit of.
Now Team Secret also sharing a close compound. It could be an opportunity for either of these squads, but the one in the race is going to be Team Secrets. As we are at game number 6, everybody knows it's time to make sure that every elimination counts, every circle movement counts, and especially the zone shrinking itself. And right now, shrinking is going to be an opportunity for Lion as Joker gets taken down. FGL as well being used to make sure that there is no option of survival for the player of Lion.
Falcons currently in the top 3. And they want to climb up a little bit higher because they understand Lion, WAG, Aurora will not give them any bit of breathing space. And Lion's on fire right now. 16 eliminations in hand already. And obviously jumping to the top is not going to be impossible for this squad if they can stay alive and get to that final circle. But still, placement points wise, it is very risky to get into all of these early battles. It's still too young in the game, although we're just reaching the 11th minute mark. This is where chaos will start to unfold. Vitality, on the other hand, is revives after revives after revives. They haven't been able to recover.
Gun Dynasty, they also need a recovery that they need to put. They did it later in the day, but because of that small gap that they had in the early games, they could not make it to the top 4. And right now, that is also the trouble they're facing. Team Secret, they're slowly taking strides, which is working in their favor, and they need to make sure that it continues for them. And if it does, they will be in the top 4. And they are the recent champs, especially from SEA Spring, and they need to make sure they put their footprint here in EWC as well.
You can bet on Team Secret to do that. But I have to say, this has been the best match so far for Gun Dynasty. 10 eliminations and counting. Eddie God with a wild AWM shot from afar. And Lion, as expected, spending too long outside the zone. And now with the lightning zone called upon them as well, it's going to be tough, not just to survive, but to find those revives for the squad. We'll have to see how Gomez King manages this situation. DRS, on the other hand, losing player after player. The shots coming on through. Two teams aiming at them at the same time. Straw Hats under pressure. And the players on the side of Gun Dynasty trying to pick up as many points as possible. And they've got a perfect vantage point here up against Straw Hats.
But Straw Hats, as they're making a run, they will be soon meeting Team Apex Gaming. With Team Apex Gaming, they have the quick attention towards Vitality. Extra off. I don't think it's going to be an opportunity for him to get out as the zone's also closing in. Tag have Straw Hats cornered. Shocked has been knocked. What can he do here?
Unintentional assist there from Gun Dynasty. And Team Apex Gaming saying, thank you very much, sir. We will clean up the rest of their act. As they shut down player after player, sending these Straw Hats back to the lobby to wait for the next game. 12 eliminations in hand. And Team Apex Gaming again looking like the Apex Predators out there. India looking absolutely strong for the day. But now, Team Secret, they've spent a lot of time in this defensive compound already. Problem is now, they'll have to travel past Gun Dynasty, past DRS to get into the next circle. If they play their timing wrong, Team Secret's going to make another early exit.
Yeah, the entire pathway towards the circle is completely empty. There's only one compound which SATUL has, and making an early rotation was Aurora, and they're right next to them. Wolvin, in the meantime, as Tag is right at the edge of the zone, they get knocked, and continuing that form is going to be Gun Dynasty taking that advantage. KD God also gets knocked. Confirmation coming in from DRS. Earlier Tag were troubling them, and now DRS are taking advantage. Wolvin also gets eliminated. And Team Apex Gaming, who just had eliminations, who are looking at top 12 in total, now have lost 2 players. Had the vending machine earlier, but because of the zone, it's compromised.
SHUL looking to take down a couple of players before making the move here. Gun Dynasty shutting down the Apex Predators themselves from India. Team Apex Gaming out this time. Team Vitality snuffed out as well. And Falcons up against Team Secret, who turned the tables on them, but Limit single-handedly shutting them down. But unfortunately, the Circle and Aurora from afar will put an end to that battle. They take the best advantage, and Team Secret's out as well.
SATUL, Aurora, and Gun Dynasty together trouble Falcons over there along with Team Secret, but DRS still surviving. 30 total eliminations for them, but their game found. That's SATUL right now. They've got their very first booyah. Looking forward to another. Jack and Noor together, they're taking DRS down. Confirmations working their way, and look at the position they have on top of the roof. Will not even let Aurora get closer, but before Aurora gets any intention being closer, they toss a nade, put an end to both Gun Dynasty as well as DRS.
Can Aurora do it back to back? They got a massive game at Purgatory, and here at Nextera they're on fire once again. But SATUL from that high ground could just ruin their party, but they're a tad bit distracted now by TEC. Blade tagged up as he tries to make his rotation, but great glue wall lineup here, and they've left Kutush behind. Kutush's job is to play distraction as the rest of the players make their way into that safe haven. As they line up those glue walls, they've given Kutush a great opportunity to survive, and SATUL could not take advantage of that rotation. But TEC needs to be careful. The zone's catching up with them.
SATUL, they might have let Aurora walk past, taking an advantage of the zone, but they need to make sure put a stop to Aurora because of the high ground advantage. Titan Esports Club, they cannot climb it. They have to traverse around it, and that's what they're planning to do. Aurora want to spot either Titan Esports Club or SATUL, who would make a jump for it, because right as ahead of the game is Aurora.
The distraction now from TEC, Titans Esports, trying to call SATUL and ask for the attention, and the Indian squad will say, no problem, brothers, I'll give it to you. Noor trying to take those shots, will find the tag, and Troll gets the follow-up with a VSK. Kutush down, no pickup for you. TEC down by 1 man, that's a big disadvantage, but they spot out Aurora as well, who have not started moving just yet, and Aurora doesn't have to.
Aurora find an open happening on SATU. Let's stall. At least it will stall the fight for Titan Esports Club. Maybe a recovery for them. However, Chun could not confirm that elimination, so SATU will still have their 4 players standing on the higher ground. The rooftop is still working for them, but the zone will start closing soon. 20 seconds left on the clock. Either of these teams need to make a play, but Aurora, they're the ones who have control of the bridge, the compound, the entire open ground.
Repositioning that vehicle, looking to quickly get to the opposite side of this circle if they need to, but they want to see what the move is like from SHUL as well as Titans Esports. You can see the Cassie's electrotherapy connected already between Blade and Rahat. That's going to be a massive advantage here for the Bangladeshi squad. But India up top, SHUL refusing to jump off of that roof, but they'll be forced by the circle now. And this is going to cause chaos between them and TEC. Rahat trying to get away. Great blue wall. Time turner pulled out by SHUL. 16 eliminations in now. They pop the Cassie. It's FE as well. And the painted refuge will keep them safe from all of those grenades. But Aurora from afar. It's that AWM shot. Suez popping off the F590 as well. 19 eliminations strong. And Malaysia about to go back to back on the Booyah. Booyah is what Aurora end up pulling. And for Malaysia, they wanted to rise up the ranks. They want to get the points. They wanted to make it to the top 4 and not be eliminated here from the survival stage. The counterparts from Southeast Asia, majority of them have already made it in. What a game again from Aurora. From so many jaws of death, and SATUL having the advantage, they still make a rotation faster under the noses of SATUL and make it across in an advantageous position for themselves. We've usually said about how Axel definitely carries the squad with the sniper and Suez on the front lines, but this time I have to say everybody stepped up on the side of Aurora. The game at Nextera was even better than what they showed us at Purgatory. They are on a mighty roll now, and just through 2 games they have gotten more than 60 points. How incredible is that? This team, the players have not seen the international stage for so many years, and to make a comeback like this on the survival stage shows us that they truly have got what it takes to climb the leaderboard. But is it going to be enough to squeeze themselves into the top 4? Because they've lagged behind in the initial couple of games.
Yep. When we started the day, we were talking about it. Aurora have potential. They have the Axel, but yeah, it's only him so far that we were witnessing. Azriel was looking good. Let's hear that.
And I have to say, just with 2 games alone, they might have done it. They might be in the top 4 with an incredible jump. Malaysia keeping the hopes and dreams alive for the nation. The only representative of Malaysia showing everyone that when you dream and when you hustle, you definitely can pull away a shocker of a gameplay. I mean, not just getting the booyah, right? But the back-to-back booyah on the survival stage when you've got so many other Titans in there competing for the exact same thing. Vitality this time, they just could not continue their run. Unlike what we saw at Bermuda earlier on in game number 2. And Aurora gaining 32 points through the 20 eliminations and the booyah.
We were talking about potentials, right? Aurora showed us that potential yesterday. Almost a record-breaking performance, and we thought, hey, this, if pulled off a little earlier, they could have qualified in the top 4 before they stepped into the survival stage. At least here, a couple of the games went away, 5 to be named in exact, but finally they end up pulling their socks and taking everybody down one after another, irrespective of who is against them.
We saw Team Apex Gaming, we saw Total Gaming Esports do so much better at the start, and SHUL was lagging behind. But in this game, we saw the twist of fate from the Indian squads. I mean, 17 eliminations on this on the previous Nextera map definitely put them in the crosshairs of everybody, right? But this time they have managed to step it up once again. It is a beautiful game that they have played in here, but SATUL, their journey is not over just yet. They have got a few more maps to travel through. Hopefully they can keep the momentum up.
Let's see what momentum is going to be there, because right now, in momentum terms, we have Team Secret's interview with Yunsul. Let's send it over.
Thank you to our caster, Yuso, and welcome back to the stage. And right next to me is PS1 from Team Secret. So let's have a little chit-chat with him, shall we? Into our first questions. We have just passed halfway through the day, and you are on the cusp of being in the top 4. So what do you need to do for the rest of the day to keep yourselves in the competition? Well, would it be mechanic or even a teamwork? Xin chào PLS1. Thì đến với câu hỏi đầu tiên là chúng ta đã đi qua được nửa ngày thi đấu rồi và tất nhiên là cũng sẽ chỉ còn lại 4 trận đấu nữa mà thôi. Thì cả đội của mình là sẽ cần phải chứng chỉnh những gì để có thể là tạm thời giữ nguyên cái vị trí của mình trong cuộc đua đến với top 4 hiện tại ạ.
Thì em nghĩ team của em chỉ cần giữ vững tinh thần và kiểu bớt những cái lỗi vặt lại thì 100% vô top 4.
100%, very confident. So overall for PLS1, we just need to be stable.
ఈజీకి ఏమైందన్న ఫస్ట్ గేమ్ ఆడి తర్వాత కానీ నేను ఈ రోజు మార్నింగ్ లైవ్ పెడదాం అనుకున్నా నేను 7:30కి మెలకు వచ్చేసింది మళ్ళీ పడుకొని మళ్ళీ 11:30కి మెలకు వచ్చింది మళ్ళీ
నేను 11ంటికి లేగాలనుకుని 9ంటికి లేసా 10ంటికి లేసా 11ంటికి లేసా 12ంటికి లేసా 1 గంటకి లేసా.
దగ్గర దగ్గర అదే అన్నిసార్లు
అయిపోయింది 2:10 అయ్యాక లేగాల.
నేనైతే 12ంటికి ఇంకా మొత్తం
నేను 2ంటికి లేసానన్నా 2ంటికి లేచి కనీసం భోజనం తింటా కూడా టైం లేదు నేను వాష్రూమ్
Can see one team that used to be the underdogs of the scene, which is Aurora, and now they rise up. So how do you think about it? Because I think that you also have a race with Aurora and Team Falcons as well.
Hello,
Thì đến với câu hỏi thứ ba cũng sẽ là câu hỏi cuối cùng. Thì chúng ta hiện tại là có khá là nhiều team C ở trong cái bảng lần này, nhưng mà tất nhiên có vẻ như là đội tuyển mà chúng ta không đánh giá mấy là cao, nhưng lại vô cùng nổi bật hiện tại đó chính là Aurora Gaming đến từ Malaysia. Vậy hiện tại thì tôi nghĩ rằng là các bạn cũng sẽ có một cái cuộc đua rất là cạnh tranh cùng với Team Falcons cũng như là Aurora lần này. Thì bạn nghĩ thế nào về Aurora khi mà họ có vẻ như là vừa có đó cho mình một cú đúp booyah vậy ạ?
ban đầu thì em nghĩ là Aura đã bị loại khỏi cuộc đua top 4 nhưng mà sau 2 game thì họ có vẻ là đối thủ đáng gờm mà bọn em phải cạnh tranh.
Các bạn có nghĩ là mình sẽ cần phải lên một cái chiến thuật gì đó ngay lập tức để
Tôi
có thể
tôi
cạnh tranh với họ lần này không?
nói chung là bọn em không quan tâm lắm tới một tên còn lại, chỉ cần quan tâm tới bản thân.
Instagram से bye bye करना चाहता हूँ. So overall, we can see that Aurora. At first, we thought that Aurora would get kicked off of the top 4, but overall, right now, we can all see that they bounce back really fast. And this is a race, and we can also see that they are very strong contenders to us. But
मैं भी एक बार
we
chat
do
को
not
दिखा
care
देता हूँ.
about
Chat
other
तोंडे
teams.
दाई
We only care about ourselves.
हमारे
And that is
साथ.
how we rise up once again. So everyone, thank you so much for your listening.
ठीक है, तोंडे दाई
And I
करूँ.
do really hope that
बिगड़
this
से.
team can bounce back
Hopefully.
really strong at this time. Now, let's get back to the studio.
थैंक यू अमन भाई ऋतिक भाई को बुलाओ यार. ऋतिक कहाँ पे बुलाना यार. चैट बुला रही है कि मैचेस अच्छे नहीं जा रहे यार. हाँ वही मैं कह रहा हूँ इसलिए वापस एक बार कॉल करो ना कि ऋतिक था तो.
जब तक ऋतिक था अच्छा चल रहा था सब कुछ ना. ऋतिक को बुलाओ. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है ऑडियंस को लक लगता है. देखो मैं बुलाता हूँ ऋतिक को. ठीक है
ऋतिक को एक बार कॉल करना पड़ेगा.
मैं कर रहा हूँ. कर रहे हो
नहीं आप कर दो.
Right now, I mean, what can I
Oh,
say?
by
They
interview,
are doing
let's go.
so good. They are firing me up right now. Oh, I got this energy over here in the crowd. You guys already know the parents of Shoto. He's doing an amazing, good job with their son.
Yeah, good job.
He's amazing. But right now, I want to talk to you, dude. I mean, what is the feeling to see finally a team from India doing so well in a world championship?
It's great feeling for us, specifically for India teams. We are here after 7 long years at international stage, back home.
तो आपका कितने भी साल पुराना डिलीट हुआ फोटो क्यों ना हो उससे आप रिकवर कर सकते हैं. चाहे फोटो दोस्तों आपके गैलरी से क्यों ना डिलीट हुआ हो, फाइल मैनेजर से क्यों ना डिलीट हुआ हो, या फिर आपका मोबाइल ही पूरी तरह से फॉर्मेट हो गया हो, रीसेट हो गया हो, तो भी दोस्तों उससे आप रिकवर कर सकते हैं. यहाँ तक कि इस ऐप की मदद से 10 साल, 12 साल, 5 साल पुरानी जो डिलीट हुए फोटोज है उन्हें भी आप रिकवर कर सकते हैं।
Wanna know what kind of celebration we've got? Guys, we'll do back home if Apex win AWC 26. Huh? Who gonna share it for you?
औरोरा को अमित भाई सपोर्ट करेंगे और ऋतिक भाई को बुला के लेके आ रहे हैं, क्या बोल रहे हैं?
We will be feel really
Guys,
proud if
Run
we
Away
do
Aurora
make
तो मेरा
it
favorite song भी है।
to the finals as of now. We are not yet
आ
out
रहे
of the woods.
ऋतिक भी आ रहा है और अमित भाई भी सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, होगा होगा।
On in the finals, we qualified for the finals, and our aim is to end in the top 3 as of now. We are not looking at the top slot as of now because there are really good teams in the group. I realize that. So our feet are firmly on the ground as of now. But yes, if we do win, that would be a huge blast back in India. It would be endless celebrations.
I love that. Can I
Guys,
go to
W's
India?
in the chat, dosto.
Sure. Make some good food. Yes, exactly. Yes. Would you teach me some moves from India?
Okay.